Hey, what's up guys, MGH here and welcome to another episode of my Arsenal career mode. Now before we start season 2, I thought I would do a roundup episode showing you who won certain titles. For example, Bayern winning the Champions League. I thought I would show you all of that kind of stuff, looking at top scorers, top assisters, my best performers, and of course, we're going to be looking at our squad report. So let's go ahead and jump into the Premier League first because we won the Premier League. Very exciting times. We only lost 6 times in the end, scoring 66 goals. We are joint top scorers with Manchester United. We've got the exact same record in terms of goals scored and conceded, 33 away from home. So every 2 goals we scored, we conceded 1. Not too bad really. So with 80 points, it's not the highest tally you're ever going to see for a winning Premier League side, but still, I will take it. It was a nerve-wracking last kind of few games. Going down is Brighton Huddersfield. We sealed their fate. Huddersfield losing at home there to us meant they went down. And Newcastle, surprisingly enough, have not had a strong enough season to stay in the Premier League. I wasn't expecting that. We won the Community Shield, of course. The Emirates FA Cup was won by Tottenham. Spurs beating City 2-1 in the final there. And the Carabao Cup, or the League Cup, was won by Man City. They did very well, City, didn't they? They got in the final of both competitions, and unfortunately they won the lesser one, if that makes sense. The Asian Elite Cup was won by Atletico Madrid. Bayern won the Champions League against PSG in the final there. Napoli and Besiktas. How? They beat Real Madrid in the quarters. That's unbelievable. Well, if Besiktas can go all the way to the semis, I'm pretty sure Arsenal can next year. Although it's going to be very difficult, of course. And the Europa League was won by Porto. We've got the World Cup going underway, which, of course, we're not going to be taking part of, or taking part in. So let's go ahead and jump into our squad hub and take a look at the overall changes to the squad. Basically, a squad report. So Petr Cech, the oldest player in the squad, has gone down by 3 this season, so he's now only 83 rated. But of course, we do have a new goalkeeper joining next year, Timo Werner. Timo Werner? What am I talking about? What's his name? My mind just goes blank sometimes. Bernard Leno, that's who we're getting. Martinez will be coming back from his loan, but I believe, has he only got a couple of months left? I think we've only got a couple of players that are actually returning. Okay, so Martinez will be coming back. These players here only have 1 month remaining on the contract. They will be leaving. Let's go ahead and go back to the top here. So Martinez will be coming back. We will sell him though. We don't need him. Ospina has stayed the same. Jenkinson, another player that's going to be leaving Arsenal. He's only gone up by 1 this year. Bellerin up by 3. Moore will be leaving. He went up by 1. Adu's gone up by 3. He's now 77 rated. Chambers up by 1. Bjelic has gone up by 3 and he is joining a new club. Bowler will be leaving, out of contract now, plus 2 this season. Holding has gone up by 6. Mustafi up by 1. Van Dijk up by 2. Koscielny has gone down to 83, which is a bit disappointing. We are going to look to potentially bring in another centre-back at some point, though. Luke Shaw has gone up by 1 to 81. I actually think he did really well since joining. Bramall, now, he was running out of contract, but I've decided I'm going to keep him. I think if we put Bramall into training, I reckon I can get him to maybe 70 rated or so next season, and he would be a very decent backup on that left side. Bowler will be leaving. Kolasinac has had a very good season. Coquelin up by 1, El Neni up by 1. Nelson, in the end, has hit 75. I mean, that's just unreal. Let's have a look at his stamina. 68. It's gone up by 33. A growth of 16, making him the highest grower this season. Maitland-Niles up by 3. Campbell is another player that was running out of contract, but I've decided to keep hold of him. I had to recall him for £1.1 million and then give him a new contract. The reason I've done that is because if I lose him for free, it's a bit silly. I might as well recall him and potentially sell him. I think he's worth about 7 million, or maybe a bit more. I don't want to switch tabs because it'll move things around, but I might sell him. Walcott has stayed the same. Ramsey up by 1. Xhaka up by 2. Gazorla's gone down by 2. Goretzka up by 2. Wilshere up by 2. Iwobi up by 3. Sanchez has gone down by 1. I wasn't expecting to see that. Asano, Nkwali, however you say these guys' names, they are leaving. Mesut Ozil has stayed the same. Akpom's gone up by 2. He'll be leaving. Perez will be coming back, but I will probably sell him. Lacazette plus 1. And Ketia, I don't know how to say his name. He's leaving. Mavididi is going as well. Giroud's gone down by 1. And Welbeck finally has gone up by 1. So let's have a look at the stats at the end of the season. So we've played quite a few games, less than usual because we got knocked out of competitions quite early. But in terms of appearances, Kolasinac is at the top there with 39, Lacazette with 38, Cech got 37, 12 clean sheets. I mean, not too bad. Let's have a look at goals scored then. Mesut Ozil is our top scorer with 17, but Lacazette is probably going to be our MVP with 16 goals and 15 assists. That's incredible. He isn't an out-and-out goal scorer for me. Like he is in real life, an out-and-out goal scorer, that doesn't seem to be what he does for me. He gets a lot of assists, lots of 1-2s with Ozil and Sanchez. He finished with 12 goals, 4 assists. Very decent indeed. So that's the squad report done. What else did I want to do before we start the new season? I don't think I need to worry about adding people to my shortlist. There's no way I'm going to get people cheaper before the window begins, I don't think. I guess what we do is we finish up training. Obviously, we have players that have contracts expiring. Let's go ahead and jump into training. This could be our last one. Maybe if we get lucky, Adu could hit 78. Let's see. No, not quite. Maybe if we've got time for one more, we might get lucky. I don't know if it's going to be enough though. But it does seem like we're going to be going into the next season here without a chance to do it. Damn it. But we've got an email from the board saying nice work. We have finished with a rating of 70, which to be fair isn't bad considering we didn't do half the objectives they set us out to do. We did all the financial ones. We won the Premier League, but the Europa League, the FA Cup, the League Cup, all of those were pretty poor. So let's check our emails here. We've got players returning from their loans, but of course half of these guys will be leaving the club anyway because they've ran out of contracts. And the Arsenal board, we've finished with a profit margin of 66 million. So there you go. That should bump our rating up a little bit more. But the good news is we haven't been fired. Dear MGH, now that the season has come to an end, the Arsenal board has met to review our performance as a club. While we didn't achieve all our objectives, we believe that overall it was a satisfactory performance. Yeah, I could agree with that. We hope to do an even better job next year. That's not even what it says. We hope to do even better next year and feel that you are still the right man for the job. We look forward to working with you again next season. So it's good news, guys. We are staying on as Arsenal manager. Let's get into season 2, talk about some players that I'm looking to bring in, talk about players that I want to sell, and just look at the squad. Right, so here we go. First, of course, we do need to start pre-season tournament, so we're going to go ahead and advance to invites. Wow, okay, we've got a nice selection here. The least money and the easiest tournament is the trophy, the Champions Trophy, which is in Australia. We could go for this one, which is in the middle, but come on, like, I should be going for the biggest tournament with the most money. So we'll go for that one in America. Some big teams. Our group is going to be Atalanta United, Portland Timbers, and Bayern. Interesting. So Christian Bielik has left the club. Chuba Akpom has left the club. And here we go. Bernard Leno has joined. And there's the pre-season tournament. So let's go ahead and throw Leno into the team. I'm sorry, Czech, you've been a great servant to the club, but you are no longer required in the first team because we have Leno. 86 rated. He's going to be 26 years old. That's nothing. He's got a 4-star weak foot. This team looks stronger with him in it. It's as simple as that. He's going to get the number 1 shirt, of course. But what do we do in terms of selling players? Let's go through these guys. I want to keep everyone in the first team. The bench is fine. The bench looks odd because it's the pre-season tournament. But let's have a look at the reserves. Giroud, maybe I'll listen to some offers, seeing as he is, getting to that point where he's only going to go down. Cazorla, I probably would listen to offers. Maybe Maitland-Niles as well. Not sure I need him anymore. Bola, of course, should be leaving. Why is he still here? Hang on, we've still got a couple of players that shouldn't be here. Maybe Asano had still... Yeah, he still had time on his contract, didn't he? So we'll sell Bola, we'll sell Asano. I'm going to keep Bramall. I haven't had a chance to really use him. And, well, I guess it depends on his potential. I might have to check it up online, see what his potential is. But either way, I can always just sell him if I don't want him or loan him out again. Campbell, I think I'm going to sell. Martinez, I will sell. Perez, I will sell. And Czech, I might listen to offers, but I might just let him retire at the club because he's a Premier League legend. Well, a Chelsea legend. So that is our team. It looks better already. Let's have a look at our budget. We have over 100 million. Okay, that's tasty. We can bring in some great players for that. very pleased with that. And let's have a look at our board expectations. So youth development, probably not something I'm going to focus on. But they want me to sign a player to the senior team and sign at least 2 players younger than 20 with a greater potential than the average overall rating of players currently in the same position. That's not going to happen. Short-term brand exposure, gain roughly 180 million on shirt sales. Financial, there are no objectives. Domestic success is to win the league and to win the FA Cup. And let me guess. Oh, wow. Okay, so they haven't asked me to win the Champions League, but to reach the final. They clearly think I am top 2 in Europe right now, which blows my mind. But I want to win the Champions League, so I'm going to be going for it. We've already won the Premier League. I don't really care about the FA Cup and League Cup. I'm going all out for the Champions League this season. That is what I want to win. So in terms of players that I want to sign, I think I'm going to wait until the next episode to talk about that. There's a couple of players I've got on my mind. Okay, I'll tell you one. Raheem Sterling. I'm thinking, Raheem Sterling, I've used him on Ultimate Team so far this year. He's got his own animations in-game. It's really cool, really good fun to use him. I know Arsene Wenger's a big fan of him. We almost swapped him plus cash for Alexis Sanchez. So it's one of those moves that maybe we could do, kind of, bring him in on the right side, a replacement for Walcott. When Ozil's not playing well, Sterling can come in. He could go on the left, maybe even up front. I think Sterling could be a really good choice, but there's a couple of others I'm interested in as well. So you will have to wait and find out in the next episode when we begin Season 2 and the Preseason Tournament will get underway as well. So thank you for watching, guys. I know it's been a shorter video, but I felt like I needed to wrap up Season 1, even though it was a disappointing season. It ended well, so there we go. Thank you for watching, guys. Make sure you drop a like, make sure you subscribe as well, and I will see you in the next episode very soon.